it's not that bad. It's not as bad as they say. Once you get adjusted, you're good. You know what I mean? It's really gonna be something that you'll never forget. Like, you learn a lot of things, you meet a lot of people, you do a lot of activities, a lot of things that we end up cooking out on the grill on the ship because we can't leave the ship. Like, yo, what's up, yo? We back again. I'm glad to see you too. I hope that you're having a really good day. Hope that your February has been doing well. We're like halfway through February right now. Let's go ahead and finish it strong, you know what I mean? I hope that you're still on your New Year's resolutions. I hope that that's still going well for you. I hope you knocking out plenty of goals early in the first quarter of the year, you know what I'm saying? Because I am. I don't know about you, but I'm knocking out goals left and right like you know what I'm saying? Out of there, you know what I'm saying? But today's gonna be a good video. Yo, for the people that know me, like I said, my name is Amir. I'm 26 years old, and today we're gonna be talking about the military. Yes, I have joined the military and I have served in the military, so I feel like I'm able to speak about this, and I feel like it's going to be a video that helps out plenty of people, especially people that's thinking about going to the military, and or people that's already in the military, you know, that is able to share insight and help people out, or people that was in the military and that is not in the military no more, and they're able to compare and contrast things that I'm talking about and see if it was the same as when they went in or if it was different. If you don't believe that I was in the military, look at this. This is my proof. It's my proof. If you know, you know. Let's see. I don't even know if you can read that. I don't even know if you can read that. If you know what this bag is, you know. No cap. So first, we got to talk about the place that everybody goes to before they leave their home, where everybody goes to take that special test that, you know, everybody has to take to determine what kind of job that they're going to get in the service. You know what I mean? That famous place where you hear everybody talking about a duck walk. We're going to talk about MEPS, okay? Let's go ahead and start talking about the ASVAB. If you don't know, the ASVAB is the test that you take to see what kind of job that you're able to do in the military, or you know, to see what kind of jobs that you can apply for to be able to do it in the military. Everybody has different scores, you know what I mean? You want to try to score the highest so you'll have the most job offers, but you know, not everybody can score the highest. So make sure that you study, you know what I'm saying, whenever it's time to take that. Studying is a thing that you definitely should do. You want to take a little bit of time out your week to make sure that you study every day for the test, you know what I mean? Because the test is a lot of different things. It's not just one thing whenever you go up there. When I went, we had a science part, we had a reading part, we had a mechanical part talking about like cars and stuff of that nature, or fixing things. We had a math part. The ASVAB, it's not hard, but it's not easy, you know what I mean? You do want to take a little bit of time to study. And it's just coming from somebody that I didn't study. Like I said before in one of my videos, I mean, I don't really study whenever I take tests. You know, I just kind of go in there with a blind eye. Before you go to MEPS, you're going to have a time where you might have to do like training with the people that you're recruiting with and the recruiters and stuff of that nature. And they kind of help you out. Like they give you, whenever you're there, you work out. So you normally do like a run or something like that, or some kind of physical activity, and you also go over a little handbook that kind of helps you sometimes with the ASVAB, you know what I mean? And you typically do that before you go and take your official ASVAB. You also will be able to take like a practice ASVAB with them on the computer, but I mean, that's not going to count towards your score, you know what I'm saying? Also, going with the ASVAB thing is make sure that you have a jacket and stuff, especially if you're not a person that likes the cold like how I am. I don't really like the cold like that. I mean, I gotten adjusted to it because in the military, that's one thing that it's gonna be cold. Like, especially I was in the Navy, so it's the ship always cold. It's gonna be cold. You know what I mean? When I went to MEPS to take my ASVAB, it was cold. You know what I mean? And it was early in the morning too. That's another thing they won't tell you. It's super early in the morning. The military like to do things early in the morning. They don't really do things late in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Which is kind of a good thing. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, you know. And I didn't really realize it was a blessing and a curse until after I got out of the military. But it definitely is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Our next topic, what we're gonna talk about is slow. Yo, MELPS is slow. Like, they take hours to complete things. Like your ASVAB, it's gonna take a little minute to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go in, you're gonna take your ASVAB, and you can go through it, but they give you a set time, and that person, or they give the class or the people that you're with, they give y'all the full time to do it. So a person can take the whole time, or they can take a little bit of time to get through their test, but it's not going to end until that whole time is up. You know what I mean? You have to wait to get your results until the end, until everybody's done, then you get your results, you know. And typically they're not giving you the results, they're giving your recruiter the results, and then your recruiter comes and give it to you. You know what I mean? Another thing about taking your ASVAB and stuff is that sometimes you're able to pick your job right then and there, but then sometimes you have to go back and wait a couple of weeks, and then you'll be able to pick your job. You know, you get to pick your job and sign up, and you also do your physical all in the same time. Which goes into the next point we want to talk about, is how there's a lot of people. You know, it's not just you know what I mean? It's not just your branch, you know what I'm saying? You might go to the recruiting office, and you might go to a Navy recruiting office, but that MELPS is a combination of all the branches, all the people that's going to the branches. So it's gonna be a whole lot of different people there. It's gonna be a lot of people, different people going to the Marines, different people going to the Army, different people, but you're all gonna be there together, you know. And to be honest with you, you're gonna be taking ASVABs with the people and doing your physical and swearing in with all different people that's going to different branches. You know what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be you. Like, I went to the Navy, it wasn't just Navy people, you know what I mean? I met a few people that was returning from different branches or switching branches. They went to another branch, got out, and then they switched and went to another one. I seen those. I was in with Marines, I was in Army, just everybody, you know what I mean? It's not just one set. Now we're gonna talk about the famous boot camp. Yeah, let's talk about it. First, let's go ahead and tell you, you know how they say that first day is gonna be crazy? They're right. The first day is going to be crazy, but to be honest with you, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as they say. The only reason it's bad is because you are going to be staying up all night. Like, you're going to be up all night. Like, you can't sleep at all. So make sure before you leave, before you fly out, or you know what I'm saying, you go to boot camp, make sure you get a lot of rest, because you will be up all night, all day and all night, you know what I'm saying? So that's one downside. But the reason why you're up all day and all night, you're not just gonna be up all day and all night just because, you know what I mean? You actually doing things. You going to different stations, you getting different stuff. They have to fit you for different things. It's like you get your shorts there, you get all kinds of things there while you're there. You know what I mean? You're not just there and they just fussing at you, yelling at you. How that might make it seem like on TV or YouTube and stuff like that. No, you actually going to different stations. You're learning different stuff. You know what I mean? You're doing things all night. There is a point where you're going to be standing towards the end. You're going to be standing for a little minute though. You know what I mean? Like, literally you're going to be standing at attention for a few hours. You know what I mean? And you have to stay awake. But if you smart, I'm just gonna tell you, if you in the middle and you in the back, you could kind of finesse your eyes closed for a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Like, there was a lot of people that was doing that they would doze off, but they be standing straight up, you know what I'm saying? And then some people will go to the bathroom and like doze off for a little bit and then come back. But yeah, you're gonna be standing up for more than 2-3 hours though. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that. At attention. And it's a reason why they do that as well. You know what I'm saying? It might sound and seem crazy when you first get in there, but everything they do is literally for a reason. Yeah, let's talk about how fun it is though. You know, people say that boot camp is like, it's scary, or they might make it seem like it's just crazy. You go to boot camp and all that. You're gonna be getting fussed at and yelled at. It's just gonna be this horrible time. Nah, honestly, boot camp is fun. Like, you learn a lot of things, you meet a lot of people, you do a lot of activities, a lot of things that is memory to you, you know what I mean? It's fun. As long as you paying attention, you're not trying to be everybody, you're not trying to be the big dog, the coolest person, you know how to listen and you don't talk back, your boot camp would be amazing. Like, my boot camp, we had different things as like marching competitions, you know what I mean? We had different competitions we had to do. We had to swim and all that stuff. It was super cool. Like, we meet people, everybody, we learning different things, like different presidents and all that stuff, and what we need to do and how the fleet is going to be like and stuff. And it was super cool, you know what I mean? It was super cool. It took a little time to get adjusted to, but once you get adjusted, you're good. You know what I mean? It's really gonna be something that you'll never forget. Another thing about boot camp is I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing. You know what I mean? Don't think that boot camp is just beat you to death, just work out like crazy. Like, yeah, you're gonna be getting in shape and they're gonna condition you. Like, you gonna definitely do some running, you definitely gonna do some push-ups and stuff of that nature. You gonna work out, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're definitely conditioning you to be able to go out into the fleet and be in shape, and you know what I'm saying, to be able to take care of the tasks that you need to take care of. But it's really a mental thing. Like, their job as RDCs, their job is to break you, you know what I'm saying, break your mental state, because when you out here in the world, you think you can live one way, but it's literally a set order in the military. It's certain ways we do things, you know what I mean, and it's certain ways we have to take on missions and do things of that nature. Then if you thinking how you think when you in the world with no respect for people and things of that nature, you're gonna be the one that fails us, you know what I mean? And they used to tell us this often, you know what I mean? It only takes one person to kill a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, to make one bad mistake, and you making that wrong mistake because you not doing what you're supposed to, and now a lot of people got to pay that consequence because you ain't doing what you're supposed to, you know what I mean? So everything that they doing in there is for a reason, you know what I'm saying? They're there to break you, but you could be strong-minded though, you know what I mean? You could take your values and your morals, like how I did. I took my values and my morals of what I abide by, and I took it into the boot camp with me, you know what I mean? Certain things that they was teaching me, like if I ain't agree with it, you know what I'm saying, I didn't say that I ain't agree with it, but like I just keep noting it, you know what I'm saying? And I remember about my morals, you know what I'm saying? I won't do nothing that would like jeopardize my morals, you know what I mean? That's just me personally. That's how I was, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't talking back to them or anything of that nature. And most of the time, not even most of the time, I'm gonna say it for me personally, they never crossed my morals, you know what I mean? It was all things that was needed to be taught, you know what I mean? Things that I didn't really know of, so, and things that I need to instill in me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing bad, you know? It was super cool. I really enjoyed my boot camp time, and I loved it, for real. And you gotta always remember, boot camp is only the beginning. Like, your career and being in the fleet and stuff of that nature is nothing like boot camp, you know what I mean? Like I said, boot camp is just the beginning stage. It's teaching you the way of the military, you know what I'm saying? It's getting those core values in you, you know what I mean? It's core values that you have to abide by when you're in the military, and boot camp is just installing that, you know what I mean? It's like levels, you feel me? If it's levels, especially high school, let's say school wise, right? So let's say boot camp is, let's say ASVAB, right? ASVAB is elementary school. Like making it through MELPS is elementary school, right? Then boot camp is your middle school days, you know what I mean? That's middle school. That's how boot camp is. And then you go to school. So A school, or that's what we call the B school. I'm not too sure what the other branches call it, but that's like high school, you know what I'm saying? And then when you get in the fleet, you're in college now, you know what I'm saying? And you living your life. You're a big dog now. You're a grown up. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate level when you hit the fleet. So boot camp is just the middle school. You know what I mean? You ain't even hit high school yet. So don't just try to quit. You know what I mean? Like, don't just give up on the military when you're going through boot camp, because I'm telling you, it's super worth it and it's very different. And we're about to get into that now. We're going to talk about the fleet. We're not gonna spend too much time. I could talk about a brief episode about A school. Like I said, A school is like high school, you know what I mean? You go, it's exactly what it said. It's A school, you know what I mean? That's where you go and you learn your job. You learn about your job. So you have set times where you have to go to class, and with that class, like normal school, you have bring your backpack, you got your notebooks, you take notes, you take tests here and there and all that. But after that, you're pretty much chilling. I mean, I went to school in Chicago. That's where my boot camp was at as well. My A school was literally across the street. Well, not really across the street. It's like down the street, but across the street, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I was at. So I didn't really go far. Like, a lot of people, everybody go different places for A school. You know what I mean? They have different places that teach you different things. Like, I know some people, they did their boot camp in Chicago, which is everybody in the Navy. That's where they did their boot camp, is at Chicago. You're gonna go to Chicago when you do your boot camp. That's another thing I forgot to tell you. But people, when they were leaving, they was going to like Florida. People was going to like Texas and stuff of that nature. So yeah, it's like, it's different places that you go, you know. Mine was just there across the street. So yeah, like I said, at school, you just You got certain places where you go to class and you do what you need to do, like take tests and stuff. But after that, then you're pretty much chilling. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go stand watch for a little bit or whatever. And yeah, it's not bad. And speaking of standing watch, that's one of the things that they instill in you when you in boot camp. No matter what, like even when you get to the fleet, you're gonna be standing watch. You know what I mean? And you're gonna do that when you in the fleet, and you're gonna do that when you in A school, and you're gonna do that in boot camp. You know what I mean? So boot camp just installs the basics, pretty much. You know. So I spoke about A school for a little bit. Let's get to the fleet. Now, this is the first thing I'm gonna say about the fleet, and it's just to let you know, it's kind of what I was saying before about boot camp. Like, don't think that you're everything. Don't quit and don't give up on it because you haven't even experienced anything. And that's the same thing for A school. I mean, A school is shorter than boot camp, you know what I mean? And yo, don't think that you're in the fleet now, that you're a big dog and stuff of that nature, because you're not. Like, you're still a puppy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really nobody. You don't have no rank or nothing like that. You're nothing, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still a beginner, you know what I'm saying, when you in A school. So don't get a big head and don't think that you're all this and all that, because I see plenty of people get in trouble in A school and it goes on their record in the fleet. So as soon as they get to their ship, before they even get to their ship or the places they going to, they already scarred their record up, and they already got an asterisk already on their report before they even got into the fleet, and that looks bad on them. That holds people back from building rank. That holds people back from gaining respect from people. You know what I'm saying? You might leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth before you even met them. You know what I'm saying? So remember that you're still going through the process. You're not in the fleet yet. But everything changes when you get to the fleet. Like I said, when it comes to the fleet, now you done hit that college level. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take school. Like, you're not gonna be taking any classes and on schooling and stuff of that nature, not unless you want to. But it's a little thing when it comes to trying to go to school in the military. Like, I'll let somebody else tell you about that, you know what I'm saying, if you decide to go, or you know what I'm saying. It's a little complicated. It's not as easy as they will make it seem. Like, how, you know, going to school and when you in the military, it's not as easy as they make it seem. I'm gonna just put it like that. But yeah, it's like college. You in college now, you got your civilian life. Like, you were able to, you know what I'm saying, you got freedom now, you know what I'm saying. You go to work. Like, when you hit the fleet, the military is now your job, you know what I mean? It's not schooling no more. It's your job. It's the things that you went to school for, A school for. You start to get into that career, you know what I'm saying? It's your career, pretty much, is the best way I could put it. And you go to your ship and stuff. You be with your division, and when you in your division, of course they teach you things. They teach you better ways of how to do your job better and to do certain things better. For me, I was a quartermaster, so it was certain times where we would have to take rules of road tests, and like we would learn different stuff. Like, I had to learn flags, I had to learn constellations, and like how to read stars and navigate with stars and stuff. And it's like more things that they teach you, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's a job. Like, you're only there for a couple of hours, and then you're back home. Like, you literally in your own spot. You could go out and have dates with people. Like, you in the civilian world, man. You go play basketball. Like, you have your whole life back to yourself. You know what I mean? You could take trips to different cities and stuff of that nature. Like, it's normal life then, you know what I'm saying? But you got a job that's in a career that you have to do, you know what I'm saying? If your ship is going on deployment, you got to go on deployment. If your ship is going on the way, you have to be there. If it's your duty day, that means you have to be on the ship for 24 hours. You have to be there. Like, it's mandatory to be there. Your career is more than anything, you know what I mean? Your career comes first out of all of that stuff. Like, it's just, it is what it is. But you have so much more freedom. Like I said, you could now go on dates, you know what I mean? You could do all this stuff, you know what I mean? And it's good that I have to definitely go back and talk about kind of the freedom too, since I'm speaking about it. When you in boot camp, you don't have any freedom. Like, you're with your division 24/7, you know what I mean? When you get to A school, you have freedom, a little bit of freedom, but you only get that the longer you're there, you know what I mean? Towards the end of the few weeks you're there, then it's like a ranking system, you know what I mean? You first start off with, you gotta march everywhere, you know what I'm saying, with people or whatever. With your with people that's going to your class, you gotta march with them, and you gotta wear certain uniforms. But then you go to another level where you could wear your civilian clothes, like you could dress normal and regular, you know what I mean, on certain days. But then you go to the final level, whereas you can wear your civilian clothes anytime you step out. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you go somewhere, it could be on base or off base. You know what I mean? And you're able to go off base. Whenever you hit the other 2 levels, you're not able to go off base. You're only able to go off base when you hit the 3rd level. You know what I mean? And that, like I said, you've been there a while, so you pretty much built your respect. But like I said, when you get to the fleet, it's all free game. You're able to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like when I first landed in California, when I landed in San Diego, the first thing I did, which don't be like me, but this is the first thing I did. I met some people, you know what I'm saying? I was hanging out with the people that came with me from A school and boot camp, and we got a bottle. We went to the mall, we was chilling, you know what I'm saying, hanging out, spending a little money, and we just kind of went around the city and sightseeing for a little bit. But yeah, freedom is there then, you know what I'm saying? You have all your freedom. But just remember that you're in the military and you have to abide by certain rules, like certain rules that you have to abide by that the civilians don't have to abide by, but you know that you do, because if you break those rules and you get in trouble by the civilian police, they have to tell your people, they have to tell your command, and now you have to deal with them too. So just remember that you pretty much got a double life. You're on a second life, like a secret life. The next thing we're gonna talk about with the fleet is it's an experience that you'll never, like, people don't know, you know what I mean? It's an experience that you'll never really be able to tell and like explain to your friends and your homies and stuff like that. Like, it's so many people and dope things and just so many just experiences that you come across when you in the fleet and you at your ship. Man, I'm talking about when it comes to like deployments, underways and stuff of that nature, or just even duty days, man. It's been plenty of times when I'm on duty and we had special days. Like, man, I'm talking about like we end up cooking out on the grill on the ship because we can't leave the ship. Like, we plenty of things, or we having a movie night, you know what I'm saying, together, you know what I'm saying, because we all as a duty section, because we all ain't able to go out, you know what I'm saying. It's just little things that you just do on when you in the fleet that you won't be able to explain to your civilian people. They won't understand it, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, this is just my little video about joining the military. I hope that you enjoy. Like I always say, leave a like, that helps the algorithm put our video out to people that need to see it. Leave a comment, tell me how your February has been going. Like I said, we halfway through, and I pray that you having the most productive month, you know what I mean. I hope your first 2 months of the year has been productive and everything that you needed it to be. And also, if you were in the military, leave a comment, let me know what branch you was in and where you was stationed at. I mean, I read every comment, I check every comment, so I'll definitely be on the lookout for it, and I respond to every comment. So yeah, leave a comment if you was in the military. Let me know what branch, and let me know where you was stationed at. And then also, I said it at the beginning, I'll say it now, I post videos every Tuesday and Thursdays. Hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean. You don't want to miss the videos that I'm putting out, you know what I mean. I feel like I'm putting out good videos, I feel like I'm putting out bangers, and I don't want you to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscription button. Just go ahead and subscribe for me. And if you're feeling frisky, you feeling like you want to take it another step up, hit that notification bell, because that just notify you whenever I post, you know what I mean. Even though you know whenever I post is Tuesday and Thursday, but you get a notification straight to your phone, so you'll never miss out, you know what I mean. It ain't nothing but a click away. So yeah, man, I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I definitely recommend the military to people, you know what I mean, like especially people that don't really know what they want to do in life, or people that's kind of stuck, you know what I mean, that's not really going in the direction that they want to go in life, you know what I mean. Do it. Join the military, man. It will change your life, and you won't regret it. Once you in there, you definitely won't regret it. I hope that y'all enjoy, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.